Welcome back, listeners, to the second episode of our series, English Soundalikes Podcasts. I'm Maya.
And I'm Jack. Great to be back with you all.
Today, Jack, we're tackling another tricky pair that trips up so many English learners. Then, spelled T-H-E-N, and then, spelled T-H-A-N. They sound almost identical, and just one letter makes all the difference in meaning.
Absolutely, Maya. These two are classic examples of words that can easily be mixed up if you're not careful, but their jobs in a sentence are completely different.
Exactly. Let's start with then, T-H-E-N. Jack, what's the main function of then?
Then is primarily used as an adverb, Maya. It usually tells us about time or sequence. It can mean at that particular time, in the past or future, or next in order of time or place.
That's right. For example, if I say, I was very young then, I'm referring to a specific time in the past. Or, first we'll go to the park, and then we'll get some ice cream. Here, then indicates the next thing in the sequence.
Precisely. It can also be used to mean in that case or as a consequence. For example, if you're tired, then you should get some rest. Or, he didn't study, so then he failed the exam.
Good examples, Jack. So then, T-H-E-N is all about time, sequence, or a logical consequence. Now, let's switch to then, T-H-A-N. How is this one different?
Then, T-H-A-N has a very distinct role, Maya. It's mainly used as a conjunction or sometimes a preposition, and its primary job is to make comparisons. It introduces the second part of a comparison.
Comparisons. That's the key word for then. For instance, she is taller than her brother. We are comparing her height to her brother's height. Or, I would rather read a book than watch that movie.
Exactly. You're always comparing one thing to another when you use than. This car is more expensive than that one. He runs faster than I do.
So a simple way to remember might be then with an E often relates to time. Both have E in a way if you stretch it. And then with an A is used for comparisons. Both have an A. What do you think of that little memory trick, Jack?
That's a good one, Maya. Then for time or sequence, and then for comparison. The vowel sound can also be a subtle clue. Then often has an eh sound like in pen, while then often has an ah sound like in pan.
Good point on the pronunciation, though it can be very subtle for many learners. So context is really everything. Jack, can you give us a sentence that uses both then and than correctly to highlight the difference?
Sure. How about this? First, I finished my homework, and then I realized my project was much better than I initially thought it would be.
Perfect. Then shows the sequence of events, and then is used to compare the project's quality. It clearly demonstrates how different their functions are.
So to recap for our listeners, then, T-H-E-N, used for time, sequence, or logical result. Think what happened next or at that time. Then, T-H-A-N, used for comparisons. Think more than, less than, different from.
Excellent summary, Jack. Any final advice for our listeners on how to avoid mixing these up?
The best way is to pause and think when you're writing or speaking. Ask yourself, am I talking about a sequence or time? Use then. Am I comparing two things? Use then. And, of course, lots of reading and listening will help you see them correctly in context.
Great tips. We hope this explanation has made the difference between then and then much clearer for everyone.
Yes, hopefully that was very helpful. Thank you for joining us on English Soundalikes Podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe so you catch our next episode, where we'll be dissecting another pair of commonly confused words. Until then, keep practicing.
Bye for now, everyone.